Most expectations have everybody looking at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as the team this year to once again repeat as division champs. Carolina's kind of in disarray. Atlanta as well rebuilding. Bigger question is, what does New Orleans look like, right? You know, they've had for whatever reason, Tom Brady and the Buccaneers number during the regular season over the last 2 years. Sean Payton is out. What are the expectations for this team? Is division champions where most likely where they're hoping for to get back to?
Yeah, I mean, I think you said it. I mean, for whatever reason, there's really two teams in the NFC that Tom Brady has struggled with in the regular season since he's been here, and that's New Orleans and the Rams.
Yep.
He hasn't beaten either one in the regular season. They got him when it counted, obviously, in Drew Brees' last game to go on to the NFC Championship and then win the Super Bowl. So there's that. But you know, without Sean Payton, him and Brees were such a constant with that franchise. Now, you know, we're well familiar with Jameis Winston. It's hard to believe he's going into his 8th season, and we're still talking about whether Jameis is going to make it or not. I think after 8 seasons, you kind of know what he is. But last year, I thought that Payton kind of played around him a little bit. He was still 14 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He was 7-3 when he tore his ACL, ironically, or sadly, against the Tampa Bay Bucs. Now he's coming back. Trying to play with an injury, with a knee brace. He gets Michael Thomas back. Their defense is what's given the Bucs the most trouble. I mean, they have sort of the recipe to get to Tom Brady and able to pressure Tom with their front four and play coverage behind it. They've got some athletic corners, and they just seem to, you know, really be a problem for Tom to really get any kind of sort of continuity. And I think, you know, with Bowles being here, I think there's an understanding more so than when even Bruce was sort of the father of no risk it, no biscuit, that against some of these high-powered teams or just teams that are, aggressive like that, you've got to be able to control the ball and the clock and help your defense. You can't put them out there with too many 3-and-outs, and that's sort of what's happened against New Orleans is they've gotten off to slow starts and they've given the ball back to New Orleans too many times and found themselves behind. So, you know, somewhere in there is the recipe to win, but you got to give credit to the Saints, and I think they're going to be challenging for the NFC South. That's who the Bucs will have to beat to win this division, and then if they're going to go, you know, beyond that, they're going to have to beat the Rams down the road, and that's going to be really something to watch because they play both those teams, and then those first 4 games. I mean, hell, their first home game is the Green Bay Packers after they start at Dallas and at New Orleans, so. They're going to have to hit it pretty fast. If they can get their quarterback back in here to start practicing, you know?
Right.
That's the key, right?